I often think that keeping fish is a good pastime for therapists. You can do everything that the book says, everything you think is right, and the fish will still die. It's a complex system, and both the fish and the fish keeper need a great degree of resilience in order to thrive. Milton Erickson, who did a lot of the work on neurolinguistics, talked about utilization, and by that he meant bringing anything and everything that the client brings in order to help the change process along. And I'm reminded that back in January, online events asked me to do some work on resilience and how we can bring things together for the clients and the therapist, and what the therapist perhaps should do in order to maintain their resilience. Got a couple of clips here which I hope you'll like. The first one is more about cultural advances or cultural sharing, things that are around us all the time, especially at Christmas, and how we can engage rapport with the client, how we can use everything around us and make the change process that much easier. The second bit are some skills about resilience, how therapists can maintain their resilience, can keep their resilience, and make sure that the work they do with their clients is the best it can be. In the meantime, my fish died. Of old age, I have to say. Angelfish were in there for a good few years, and I've let the tank go for some time. Now it's time to clean it out. It's time to recreate the system, and the hope that the new fish I put in there will have as much resilience as I have, so that they can thrive. Have a look at the clips and let me know what you think. I'm not quite sure how much time we have left, but one of the issues that I suddenly realised wasn't in any of what we talked about.
Yes.
And that's food.
Yes, you said that, didn't we, just before we come on? Let's not forget about this. Yes.
Because that's a great connection, a link in. I made a whole load of lemon curd before Christmas.
Yes.
Put it in the freezer, and throughout winter I'll get out small bits of it just to remind me of summer and what's coming on. And we did a lot of food at Christmas, put a lot of it into the freezer, and over the next weeks we put out. I've got a couple of boxes of goose soup still to have.
Oh, lovely.
So, again, like I said early on in January, instead of it chopping off, you can smooth off.
Yes, yes.
And maybe we can ask our clients about how might they tail off or tail into things.
Yes, so making a more smooth transition into the new year and the challenges it brings us.
Yeah.
Yes.
And the thing I do with my clients is we have tea or coffee together.
Ah, yes, yes.
And that's the minimal amount of sharing that you can do with people that builds the rapport, that builds the connection, that models resilience and therefore the ability to resolve the problems the clients come with.
Yeah.
And it's warm.
Oh, it's not. Well, when you said I'm off to get a cup of tea before we got on, I did the same. Well, I'm not sure how quickly this is going to come up with my delay, but yes, we both have some tea and yeah, lovely.
It's a connection.
Yeah.
I hope people watching us have got their cup of tea,
yes,
or coffee or water, whatever is their tipple of choice.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and have that connection. And it all brings us back to that safe harbour and that sense of confidence in ourselves. And using, again, resources. A lot of our Christmas food is reminding us that summer's coming, or that fruit, that preserved fruit.
Of course, yes.
Or like sugar.
Yes, lots of sugar.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
And so therefore use all the resources around you to build your sense of yourself so that when you sit down in front of your client, you're grounded and you're able to give as much as you can, whatever the client requires. Said to me, what are the three things you need to know about resilience? So that threw me into another kind of, okay, so off the top of my head, from everything that I know, it's actually important that there's preparation. Mm-hmm. It's important that there's relaxation. And ultimately, it's about simplicity. Complex procedures, complex issues simply get in the way.
So his colleagues are coming back to work this week, and may have been working over the festive period, but a lot of helping shuts down over the festive period.
Yeah.
I wonder what kind of things we can be doing to prepare us to be back in the room with the people that we support. I mean, when I text you yesterday, you're saying, "Oh, I'm on my way back from the gym. I'll need to speak to you later." I hope that's not too much information, but it sounds like that's part of your self-care, the exercise. And
before Christmas, I went down with this cold and flu and stuff, and for 3 weeks, up until just beyond Christmas, I wasn't exercising or anything. So, in fact, the interesting thing is, when you texted me, or when I picked up your text in the gym, I just said, "I'm in the gym. I'll be home in 20 minutes." I was very chilled about it. I think whatever John wants, we can sort this out. If I try and respond now, in the moment, it's going to fluster me because I haven't got everything I need. I can't give John a clear answer to what he's going to be asking, and there are going to be follow-up questions. So I need to be in a place where I can sit down, consider what he's saying, and give him an answer that's going to be useful. Preparation. So knowing you're going to be in the room with your client, if you know the clients because you saw them before Christmas, then it's just about what state do you need to be in as a therapist to provide the best service to your client and access it. And by access it, I mean remember the time when you were relaxed and open. There's a physiological thing here, because in preparation, the blood flow in our physiology stays more balanced. Under stress, blood tends to drain from the brain, and especially the front part of the brain, into the body, because we're going to do something. We're either going to fight someone, or stress, or we're going to run away.
Yeah.
And if that doesn't happen, we could get caught in the middle, rabbit in the headlights, and we're paralyzed.
So what would we be visualizing? Maybe a time when we've been with that client and we have been relaxed? Is that what you mean? Yes.
Yeah. You know what the client is going to be saying, largely. And therefore, it's about thinking to yourself, you needn't necessarily be with that client, but a time in your life when you've been relaxed and open, when you've been clear, even though the person in front of you may have been demanding, may have been going into their own trauma, you've been in a place where you've noticed that and you've been able to call them back. Because in that moment, whilst they're in their trauma, you become the model for good health. So you need to practice it. Yeah. And sometimes I remember being in the gym. Sometimes I remember watching a film or listening to Beethoven's My Thing. So, Beethoven's Pastoral Symphony for me is a great way to be able to relax, to pace my breathing, so that when my client goes into panic or stress or trauma, I can think in a few seconds, what's the best response here? What does the client need from me? And it may be that there are 3 or 4 ways of being that will run in sequence. I need to be open, I need to be attentive, and then I need to intervene. I was thinking as you were talking earlier just there, given that our society is becoming more and more kind of fractured, in the sense that more and more individual people having their own individual experiences, Christmas might be the only time of the year when we have a shared experience, be it good or bad. And so therefore that's a good time for rapport, for connecting, whether it's with your clients, or your supervisor, or your supervisee. And that's about that whole preparation. That's the whole thing about relaxing. Yes, we've had this shared experience, and let's keep it simple.